Hello, everybody. I want to thank you all for coming today in celebration of Gene's life. There are so many people to thank today that have helped us along the way and to get this celebration put together. I know Geno would like to thank his best friend Terry for putting on this wonderful slideshow today, and Melissa for the GoFundMe page and the wonderful words that she said and spoke, and all that she's doing for us today. Geno had a quote in one of the books where he kept his logs of bills, so I know that he looked at it often. It basically was saying he believed that there was a bigger spirit than us, God, Buddha, Gaia, something. And he also said that we need to forgive each other because love is forgiveness. And when God shines his love on us, I'm sorry, I forgot my paper. But anyway, it's God's love. The day Gene passed away, there was a gentle rain, and then a rainbow came out. And I believe that happened because he wanted to let us know he was okay. And it's just a shock. We're just going to have to remember him. He lived his life bigly. He enjoyed himself quite a bit, as his friends will attest. We're going to miss him. There's going to be a star named after him. And when you look up in the sky, you're going to see it twinkle, and you're going to see him. I love you, Gene.
Okay. Like Julie said, thank you for everyone being here today. It means more than I can express in words. It really does. Your generosity on the GoFundMe page is overwhelming. And just your support is overwhelming also. It's more than I could hope for. Thank you. Some of his friends are here that I haven't met. I was able to have the opportunity to meet them as they came in today. And it was just really nice. I'd like to start out. I wrote something because I did be able to not drop mine. He was born September 4th of 1980. He was a very happy baby. His Aunt Judy nicknamed him Sweet Pea. When he started to crawl, we had him in a little outfit that tied down by the feet to make it easier to change his diapers. And she said that it reminded him of Sweet Pea, the baby on the Popeye cartoon. It was really nice. He was blessed with Tony and with two brothers, Anthony and Nicholas, later on in life. He really loved them a lot. One day I remember when he was walking, I'm guessing he was probably 3. We put him to bed shortly after he began to walk. He got out of his little bed every now and then, and he would cross the hallway to go to the master bedroom. His mother and I were in the living room at the time looking down the hallway. After putting him back a few times, we noticed a little pillow floating across the hallway, and he had his hands up going like this to hide himself. Where's his mom? Do you remember that? Do you remember when he did that? But he was a good problem solver, and that was probably one of the first ones he solved. He cared for his brothers very, very much. If you've seen on the screen here with all the pictures today, he has his arm around them all the time. They would spend a month with family friends in the summer down in Oklahoma. This family had horses, and they enjoyed life around rodeos, livestock, agriculture, and the small town life. All three of the boys just had a blast down there. One year, they flew back into town, and they were on a Simpsons cartoon-themed airplane. When they exited the plane, all three of them were doing the potty dance. The chaperone that was with them said they were perfect little gentlemen, and they had a lot of soda on the way in the plane on the way back. She said they were so good, and they really loved spending time with some friends of ours, George and Julie Howard. Gene attended St. Anne's School through 8th grade, decided on Pomona through 12th. He learned quickly. I don't believe school was much of a challenge for Gene. One year I was upset. He failed just to see what it was like, a class. He really did, seriously. He was extremely interested in physics, chemistry, and Latin. At one time, he thought of becoming a pharmacist. In 2004, the boys met their little sister, Melissa, and a loving connection was made immediately. Gene would often come over and visit, and he would have a gift card to her favorite clothing store. I'm trying to remember the name of it, but I don't right now. And he said that's just the only little sister he has, so he's going to spoil her if he can. Because that time he was an adult by that time. He and his brother, Tony, purchased a home together, and they started their careers. Gene chose the field of pipe fitter, and then later on supervisor in that same field. We all know, just from your attendance here today, that Gene was the type of person you wanted as your friend. He did not judge people. I spoke to many of his friends today, and they recalled that Gene never really complained about anything. But he was a quiet type, and he did keep his own concerns to himself. He was concerned about other people. A few years ago, he became very interested in yoga. His friend invited him to join her group. They would have yearly yoga retreats, and he spoke about it constantly. He really, really liked your group, Nikki, very, very much. And the friends he made there, he spoke a lot. It was great. When he was younger, he did participate in many sports. He wrestled and played baseball, volleyball, track, soccer. And as he got older, he enjoyed very much golf and went on plenty of golf tournaments with the work people. That he really had a great time. Along with motorcycles and painting, he enjoyed that also. He loved his dogs like children, which you could see in the photos today. We all know how unselfish Gene was. Genuinely a good person. Gene passed calmly in his sleep. As parents, this is something we're not meant to see. Our hearts are breaking right now. With your support, it helps very much. Tomorrow, the sun will rise, and we'll keep living life and loving our family. We will cope with the void in our hearts. We could not be more proud of Gene. We love him, and we'll miss him dearly. Thank you very much. Any immediate family that would have a few things to say, please do. If not, or after that, I would say after that, I would like some of Gene's friends to step up. I know Nikki wanted to say a few words, so if there's any immediate family that would like to speak, please come on. Nick, this is Gene's brother, Nick. Come on up.
Well, I wanted to start off with a kind of a funny story, and relates to how smart he was, and he knew what was unreasonable and what was reasonable and what could save him some time. And so recently he needed to get a new prescription for his glasses, and figured out that he could just make a prescription for himself because he liked the glasses he already had. And then after that, he even offered to help me out with a high school transcript so I could skip a couple of chemistry classes. And so, I mean, just little things, having fun with the guy, you know. We're all here. We all know why we're all here. We got a place where he's going to live. And I appreciate y'all being here and remembering him with us. Thanks.
Any other immediate family like to say a few words? If not, I'd like to turn the microphone over to Nikki.
I'm Nikki. I know we all knew Geno in different ways based on our relationship with him. And today I just want to share with you all how I knew Geno. Geno was one of my very best friends. I'm thankful for the fun and joy he brought into my life. I'm thankful for the tears he would share with me when I was hurting. I'm thankful for his kindness and his generosity. I'll always remember Geno helping to teach me how to ride, and he and Mario escorting me through intersections so I didn't become roadkill. I'll remember his bravery and respect when accompanying a group of women on retreats. I'll remember his cute little webbed painted toes wiggling or pressing into his yoga mat. Most of all, I'll remember how he made me feel safe, calm, and loved. I'll miss our backyard pool parties and dancing the night away. I'll miss the hot gossip he'd let spill on Eddie and Christopher. I'll miss his big love for his dog and for mine. I'll miss our very hardcore motorcycle gang, the Three Amigos. Most of all, I'll miss us growing old together. In Mexico, Geno left retreat a day early in order to spare himself his own vulnerability. In lieu of his presence, he left us all a note. It's the first thing I read when I got home after hearing the news. Knowing Geno, he didn't only feel this way about his friends in Mexico, but also about many of you in this room. And so I'd like for you to hear it. Thank you for letting me be me without judgment. You are all such beautiful people, and I am so happy to have met you in my journey through life. Each small interaction with each of you has opened my mind in such an amazing way. With all my heart, soul, and being, I wish you all contentment in your daily lives, jubilation in friendships, and tranquility in mind and spirit. Geno. Geno will continue impacting my life, teaching me my heart can hold both joy and grief, and that it can be both broken and whole. Geno always made sure his people were taken care of and never expected more than friendship in return. He never wanted to be a burden right up until the very end. After learning more about what Geno had going on through the past year, I see coyote spirit in him, a bit of a trickster, sending our lives on a detour to learn lessons about friendship and heartache. A reminder that things aren't always as they seem, and to cackle at the unexpected. And with that, I'm hoping you will all humor me with a group howl, loud enough for Mr. Geno to hear all the way on Mars. Start with a deep breath in, and exhale, and inhale to howl. He would have loved that. Thank you.
Hello, my name's Rich Maciel. In 1993, August, I met a man by the name of Mike Bruno, and we became friends. Little did I know that through that friendship, it also included the entire family. And for that, I'm eternally grateful. Geno was my supervisor at Arvada, and because of him, I'm able to answer my phone, because when I first got brand new phone, I couldn't figure out that doggone thing for nothing. So he'd have to set it up for me. Just a couple of quick, brief stories about him. I think if you saw some of the film or some of the pictures going by, he had a little disgusted look with a little one finger wave. So he called me one time and said, "Hey, boss, I just got into it with a contractor, and I told him to do something and then flipped him off." So I says, "Well, we'll just have to deal with it." And he sheepishly walked into my office and said, "Well, did he call?" And I says, "No, and I ain't calling him." And you talk about the higher spirit, and so the thing that I used to do is I had little sayings for whatever written on my window. And at Easter time, I had something on there that said, "It's not about the bunny, it's about the lamb." And he would walk by my office and read it and just keep going back and forth. And then that beautiful grin of his, he peeked in the office and he says, "Oh, I get it." So he did know our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ.
Well, my name is Terry, also known as Gene's best friend, Terry. And we came up with those sayings because of our dogs. I needed somebody to help me train my Rottweiler dog to get along with other dogs, and because I wanted to get a puppy. And Gene, with his little Boston Terrier, I'm like, are you kidding me? My dog's gonna kill your dog. Like, I can't do that. Well, Zeke was the best dog with dogs. He did so good. He would just smelled him and he's like, what the hell are you? You smell like a puppy. He was. And he was so happy to see his best friend. And he would bring him over. And we had best friend dates for quite a while. And Gene was more than just my best friend. Gene was my brother. So were the other two. I adopted him, and I'm not going to give up on you guys just because he's not here to stop me from whipping your ass. But he was my best friend up until he couldn't talk to me anymore. We FaceTimed. It's going to be so hard to not pick up the phone and say, hey, I'm hungry. Let's go eat. And who's going to do that now? Like, he's not there. But he will be shining on me like a star. I totally believe that. He loved each and every one of us. And I know he loved me, him and I would tell him, I don't know how many years ago, but I looked over and I go, you know, Gene, I love you. And he smiled. Like, how could you love me? You're married. We're just friends. Like, you don't love me. Like, what do you mean? And I looked at him, I go, I love you. And he goes, like, am I supposed to say it back? And he goes, I love you too, Terry. And I just smiled. Like, yes, I got him to say it. He's never not stopped saying it. Every single time I say it, he said it to me back. And he loved each and every one of us in different ways. All of us were so important to him. And I know he's smiling right now to all of us, telling us to just, it's fine. It's going to be fine. We're all going to be fine. And you know what? We're all going to be fine. We're all going to miss him, but we're all going to be fine.
I'm not too easy to get up the stairs, so we'll talk from here. My name is Roger Howard. No chief, 64. John, my son, was best friends. I've got a few little things that Gene kind of done. One of them was, we was pouring concrete at our place out on McIntyre, 86th and McIntyre. And Gene and his two brothers, they was about like that. They said, they were standing there watching the finishers. They finished pouring the concrete and the finishers was working on it. Well, these finishers spoke Spanish. And pretty soon I was in the house and they come running in, and Gene says, what type of English are they talking out here? But the boys would come over to our place. We had animals, horses and goats and dogs and everything. And they would come out and we would have round bales of hay out there. And then three would be jumping from one bale to the next, without trying not to fall between them. But they really enjoyed that. And we were the ones, my wife, Jan, and I, took them down to Oklahoma so they could visit with our son, George, and his family. We call them our pseudo grandkids because we consider them our grandkids. think that's about it. Thank you.
Anyone else, please come up. Anyone else, please come up if you want to.
I'm going to attempt this. I'm not good at this. I am Mario, Nikki's husband, and Gene. Gene was just one of the most special people that I've ever had the pleasure of knowing. Over the last couple years, I built a relationship with him that I hadn't really had with many other friends. Just in the way that no matter what conversation I could have with Gene, I always knew that he wasn't judging me for anything. And I've had a lot of crappy things that I've gone through in life, and Gene was just always there to talk to about it and know that he just always looked at me as a friend. He frustrated me more than just about anyone else I ever met too. He's going to be very missed. And this is so cool to see all these people here to support him and his family. And I just want all the Brunos to know that no matter what, you guys know that you have me and Nikki here to help you guys out with anything you ever need. And that's it. I held it together as long as I could. Thanks.
Hi, I'm Cindy Manzanares. Hopefully this will work. I just was really drawn to speak today, which is not something that I'm very comfortable doing. And I just want to share with you one small memory that I have with Geno. He was the kind of man that the first time you met him, you knew he was something special. And we were at one of Nikki's retreats in Manitou Springs, and he and I broke off from the group to do some shopping. He wanted to find a singing bowl, which we had to try probably 20 singing bowls to find the one that fit in his hand and touched his soul, which we did accomplish. It's obvious from all of the people that are here to celebrate Gene's life, what a special, generous, and kind man he was. And I'm just thankful for knowing him. Thank you.
A lot of you may not know me. A lot of you might. My name is Matt Duran, and I got to meet Geno in kind of a unique situation. I had moved schools in 5th grade, so I was terrified. I had left everything that I had known behind, and I was starting something brand new. Didn't know a set of eyes where I was going. When I first started at St. Anne's, I was very defensive. So I kind of put up the tough guy attitude, and I started a little trouble, took a little trouble. But Geno was the first kid that came up to me and made me feel welcome. In fact, so he asked me if I wanted to go skateboarding with him. And I was like, yeah, sweet. Let's go skateboarding. Got in my parents' car that afternoon, and I went, I don't have a skateboard. My parents are sitting in the back right now. They spent a lot of time with Geno as well. They took me, they got me a skateboard, and they were able to give me a friend because I had something to do. Since then, Geno and I spent a lot of time together, a lot of skateboarding. We went on some trips. We we just sat and talked a lot, just hung out. And I think the number one takeaway from anything anyone has said tonight, and I would like to piggyback and emphasize, that he was never a man of judgment. He didn't expect to be judged, and he did not judge anyone else. He accepted anything good, anything bad. He took it in, and he made his own love out of every moment. And he was a fiery sucker. I mean, just fiery. There was a lot of just arguments and just things that we got into together. But in the end, we'd both look at each other and just giggle. Like, I'm not changing you. And he's like, I'm not changing you. I'm like, sweet, you want pizza? You know? And I love that about Geno. And his love for his brothers and his family, his love for his friends, his love for every single person that walked on this earth, regardless of their walk of life, their opinion, what they looked like, how they acted. He knew every single person was a human being, and he wanted to find their love in him, and he wanted to find his love in them. Gene was truly a gift in my life. So were his brothers, Nick and Tony. One of the funny things I remember is when Tony went out to Oklahoma, went ahead and got on one of those livestock and busted his arm up. Geno was like, yeah, brother broke his arm riding a bull. You know, and he had pride in that, Tone. Where Nick's artistic abilities, I think you're what drove him to want to paint and just be. And just the banter that those three boys had, none of us could ever share that. That was theirs. You know, whether it was Gene with Nick or Gene with Tony, like they had their own language, man. And it's amazing. And it was my pleasure to be a part of the Bruno family. You know, John, Julie, they were a gift as well, taking care of all of us rowdy boys just making a mess everywhere. But again, no judgment. So my friend Gene, our friend Gene, he got his love from his family and his friends, people just like us, people that gifted him and touched him every day. And that's what made him such a strong and amazing man. And I just I thank you all, and I love being a part of this. Thank you.
Anybody else have anything they'd like to say? Otherwise, we're going to kind of, talk and put a little bit of music back on to go there. Maybe this is better. Okay. If anyone else wants to say any few words, you're welcome. And if not, we're probably going to turn on some music, just a little bit of music, nothing loud. Have the slideshow, and you can see what the boys look like when they were little. And maybe just reminisce and enjoy some drinks back there and some pop and cookies. Over here to my left on this wall, you guys see the basket over there? There's some cards right there. And we ask you if you have any little memories you'd like to jot down. We would love to read them later on. Thank you very much. And then, can you start that back up again? Thank you.